So there's a possibility the Bengals do not take an edge rusher in this upcoming draft, and they're pretty confident with not having to. So if you list off the Bengals' needs going into this upcoming draft, I think edge rusher is probably near the top of the list, if not the top of the list. Uh, Interior defensive lineman, 100%. D tackle is on there. Guard, not even a question at this point. Yes, guard. And safety is also on there as well. I'm not putting these in any particular order, by the way. I'm just saying the needs right there. Again, so you could put them in any order you want, but those are the 5 top needs, okay? And if I had to rank them, I would definitely see edge rusher as top 3, okay? That's 100% the fact. But the Bengals are actually not going all out and saying edge rusher is the most important. According to Paul here, the club is invested in Myles Murphy playing more and playing up to his draft pedigree. They bought back Joseph Asai. Taylor mentioned Cam Sample's name was mentioned multiple times. And they took a look to add at least one more here, but feel they have answers if it doesn't come together. Myles Murphy, I am still absolutely, I'm very confident he's going to have a great season. I didn't realize last season Myles Murphy had 0 sacks. He had 3 his rookie year, 0 last year. He really took a down year. He only played 13 games, which also isn't the greatest. I don't know if I'd 100% be banking off the fact that Myles Murphy is going to continue to get better. I think he will personally, but I think we definitely learned in the past that we can't put all of our eggs in the same basket, and we have to look to improve this team as much as possible. So I would be very disappointing if they didn't take at least one edge rusher in this upcoming draft. I think that would definitely be a huge miss. Again, Cam Sample, I love Cam Sample, but it's also him staying healthy. That's another thing with him. He missed all last season with an injury. Doesn't mean it's going to happen again, obviously. Player could, be out for the year one time and never get hurt again. But there, again, always a chance it does happen. And with us, it seems like the injury bug just simply rears its ugly head over and over and over again. So to have, an extra guy in there potentially is always nice. You can never have too many pass rushers, so I don't know if I 100% agree with us not taking a edge rusher. And Paul here is not saying that they're not going to take one. They're saying that they're comfortable if the draft doesn't fall like that. So let's say they start off with, a strong safety. Let's say they start off with Starks or Nick, right? One of the two. And then they go with a guard in the second round. Maybe they go with Tate or they go with Booker. Third round, maybe they're like, okay, well, now we kind of want to go interior defensive lineman. Maybe they go D tackle, something like that. We only have 6 picks, so you got to kind of, fish around here. Maybe 4th round, they do take a tight end. Maybe they're like, hey, we need a tight end for the future. 5th round, they take a cornerback. 7th round, 6th round, excuse me. Maybe they take, I think off the top of my head, maybe they take another guard, right? So they take another guard in the 6th round. That's all 6 picks. I think that's really what it is. It's like, if they feel like their best option is not to take a certain player, they're not going to go out of their way to take that certain player, even if it's an edge rusher. Again, like I said, we'll see. We need to improve this defense as much as humanly possible. So I don't feel really, how do I put this? I feel very confident in our secondary from our cornerback standpoint. But I could still see us taking a cornerback. If we didn't take a corner, would I be upset? No. Because I think we were very confident there. Other than that, on this defense, I'm not crazy confident in anything else. Our safety room, kind of on the fence about. I hope Geno Stone continues to get better. Jordan Battle, again, he's just really not the fastest. He's not the greatest in coverage. He's a great, like linebacker type of guy, but he's not really great in coverage, which is a problem. Our defensive line, I mean, other than Trey, nobody else can get to the quarterback, so that's a huge issue. Stopping the run is always, iffy. I do have a lot of faith in our new defensive line coach and our new linebacker coach, and I think they're going to do very well on developing our young talent because we do have a lot of young guys on this team. But you always want to have a plan B. You always want to have a second option. You never want to go in running through the field booty butthole naked. You want to have many different options just in case. So, yeah, that's kind of how I look at it. But, I mean, I'm again, you could never predict injury, obviously. You can never say, oh, this guy's going to get injured, that guy's going to get injured. You have to go in every year expecting everyone to stay healthy. And if injuries do happen, then you have to do next man up and work on that mentality. But that's also why you have depth. And that's why the Eagles have been a very successful team. And even back in 2019, when they won the Super Bowl versus the Patriots, not 2019, 2017, 2018? I think it was 2018. When they won the Super Bowl versus the Patriots, they lost their quarterback. They lost Carson Wentz. But they still won it with Nick Foles. Now, Nick Foles did play great, don't get me wrong. But a lot of the issue was they had injuries on defense, but next man up mentality. But they had so much good depth on that defense, and they developed that depth on that defense that if one man went down, it didn't cost them everything. For us, last year we lost Dax Hill. We lost DJ Turner. We lost Logan Wilson. We lost Cam Sample for the year. We lost Sam Hubbard for the year. And it was just one after one after one after one. That's why you have to have good backups. But again, we'll see. I'm excited for this draft. I just want this draft to be here at this point because it feels like it's been eternity waiting for this draft, and it only gets worse the closer you get to the draft. That's kind of how I always feel at this point. But see you guys next one, though. Hoo day.